The Lazy King. Long ago there was a big kingdom. A king lived in a tall castle. His name was King Roland. He was not a good king. He did not care about the people. King Roland loved to sleep. He ate big meals every day. He did not work. He did not listen to his people. He did not fix problems in the land. If someone said something bad, he got angry. He sent his guards to take them away. People were scared. They stopped talking. They stopped asking for help. The farms were dry. The roads were broken. The schools were empty. But King Roland did not care. He closed his eyes and took long naps. The people were sad. They were tired and hungry, but no one could do anything. The king was too strong. His guards were everywhere. Far away in a small village, a boy watched. His name was Ethan. He was young but brave. He saw the pain of the people. He wanted to help. Ethan said, "This is not right. I must stop this king." He had no army. He had no sword, but he had a strong heart, and he was not afraid. Ethan lived with his grandfather. They had a small house near the forest. His grandfather was old but wise. He told Ethan stories about brave people. He said, "A kind heart is stronger than a sword." Ethan listened carefully. He wanted to be strong. He wanted to be brave like the heroes in the stories. One night, Ethan packed a small bag. He put bread, water, and a warm coat inside. He looked at his sleeping grandfather and whispered, "I will come back, I promise." Then he walked into the dark night. The road was long and cold, but Ethan did not stop. He walked through forests and crossed rivers. He thought about the people. He thought about the king. After many days, Ethan reached the capital city. It was big and full of stone houses. But it was not a happy place. The people looked sad. The shops were empty. Guards stood on every corner. No one smiled. No one laughed. Ethan walked slowly. He did not want to be seen. He listened to people talking in quiet voices. They were afraid. They wanted change, but they had no hope. Ethan saw the castle. It was tall and wide. The king's flag flew high in the sky. Guards stood at the gate. They looked strong and angry. Ethan could not fight them. He needed a plan. He found a small place behind the wall. He hid there and watched. He waited all day and night. He watched the guards. He watched the doors. He watched the king. One morning the gate opened. A cart came out. It was full of old food. 2 guards pushed it. Ethan saw his chance. He ran to the cart and hid behind it. The cart moved slowly. No one saw him. He was inside the castle. Now Ethan was close. He had no weapons, he had no friends, but he had courage. He said to himself, "I will face the king. I will speak for the people." And he walked into the dark halls of the castle. Ethan walked quietly through the castle halls. The walls were cold and dark. He could hear the king snoring in his big room. King Roland was still sleeping, not caring about his kingdom. Ethan felt angry but stayed calm. He knew this was his chance. Suddenly a guard appeared. Ethan hid behind a curtain. The guard looked around but did not see him. Ethan took a deep breath and moved forward. He wanted to speak to the king. He wanted to tell him the truth. At last, Ethan stood in front of King Roland's bed. The king was surprised to see a boy in his room. Ethan said, "King Roland, the people are sad, the farms are dry, the roads are broken, they need help." The king laughed and said, "Who are you? Why do you bother me?" Ethan looked in the king's eyes and said, "I am here for the people. If you do not help, I will stop you." King Roland was angry. He shouted for his guards, but Ethan was ready. He ran out of the room and disappeared into the castle. King Roland was very angry. He sent his guards to find Ethan. The guards looked everywhere. They searched the castle, the streets, and the market. But Ethan was smart. He hid in small places. He moved quietly and did not give up. He wanted to help the people. Ethan met many poor people in the city. They were tired and sad. They said, "The king does not care about us. We have no food. The farms are dry. The roads are broken." Ethan listened carefully. He said, "I will help you. We can change things if we work together." The people smiled for the first time in a long time. They began to hope. Ethan and the people made a plan. They wanted to tell the king to be kind. They wanted the king to work hard for the kingdom. Ethan said, "If the king listens to us, the kingdom will be strong and happy." The people agreed and prepared to speak to the king. One morning, Ethan stood in front of the castle gate. The people stood behind him. They were ready and brave. Ethan shouted, "King Roland, the people want a better life. Please listen to us." The king looked down from his high window. He was surprised. He did not expect so many people to come together. The city was quiet but full of hope. King Roland looked at the crowd. He saw many faces. The people were not afraid anymore. Ethan stepped forward and said, "King Roland, your people need you. They need food, schools, and clean water. They want a strong and fair king." The king was silent. No one spoke for a long time. Then a guard whispered in the king's ear. The king thought about his kingdom. He saw the sad faces of the people. He felt something new inside him. He felt sorry. He said, "Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should change." Ethan smiled. He said, "It is never too late. You can be a good king. You can help your people." King Roland nodded slowly. He promised to work hard. He promised to be kind and fair. The people cheered. The kingdom began to change. The farms grew green again. The roads were fixed. Children went to school. King Roland became a good king. He worked every day for his people. And Ethan became a hero for the kingdom. After King Roland promised to change, the kingdom slowly became better. The people worked together with the king. They planted new trees and fixed the broken roads. The farms grew fresh vegetables and fruits. Everyone was happy. The children laughed and played outside. Schools were full of students learning new things. King Roland worked hard every day. He woke up early and helped the farmers. He listened to the people's problems and found good answers. He was no longer lazy or angry. He became a wise and kind king. The people loved him very much. Ethan watched the kingdom grow. He was proud of his work. The people called him a hero. But Ethan said, "I only did what was right." Every person can help if they are brave and kind. The kingdom was peaceful and strong. The people lived happily and safely. One day King Roland gave Ethan a special medal. He said, "Thank you, Ethan. You saved our kingdom." Ethan smiled and said, "I only wanted to help. We all must care for each other." From that day, the kingdom was full of hope and joy. And the story of the brave boy, Ethan, was told for many years.